Hi, good morning everyone. I am Rakesh Nath. I am a faculty of CSAT at PLUTUS IAS Academy. So today we going to start a very interesting program. This will be expanding in next 5 days. So what is the idea of this CSAT support program will be? We will be discussing this first of all this complete framework, how this CSAT has to be approached, what is the strategy of the CSAT, what are the different questions that in asked, and then after that the strategy and everything will be covered today only. And then after that we will discuss 100 questions. 100 questions that have been asked previous years, in the last 5 to 10 years, on the previous 10 years. That my basic support, my basic intention there will be, I will try to cover all the different aspects, all the different topics, everything that has been asked in the last 5 to 10 years. That will give a very basic idea about how different questions have been asked, what is the importance, and what is the what we can say the amount of coverage that specific topics have been there, and what is the level of question that have been asked in the prelims examination, right? So let's start. CSAT program. We'll start with the basics कि prelims में हो क्या रहा है. So basically there are 80 questions with 2.5 marks each, and total marks is 200 marks. And right now there is a passing criteria of 66.5 marks. Anyone who is scoring above this 66.6 marks or more than this thing, in the sense 1/3 of this total marks, he will be clearing this exam. This is a clearing criteria. This is a clearing criteria. We have to score 66.6 or more than this thing to clear this examination. And remember one thing, there is a very prominent doubt, and I don't know why there is a doubt so much. This marks is not included. This is not included in your final questions, in your final prelims marks, right? This will not be included. This is only a clearing criteria. The cutoff and everything that we have seen, ki cutoff ja rahi hai 98, cutoff is 99, cutoff is 100. This cutoff is only for GS paper 1. This is the clearing cutoff, that when we have to score this thing. This is for GS paper 1, and this CSAT is GS paper 2. This marks does not include in your final cutoff thing, right? So what I mean to say कि this in this second paper of this 200 marks, you just have to score 66.4, 66.6 or more than this thing. Other than this thing, your cutoff will be decided only by GS paper 1. Your cutoff will not be decided. This thing, complete score for clearing this prelims will not be decided by this. This is just in clearing examination, and इसमें you just have to score 66.6 or more than that thing. Now अब इसमें आता क्या क्या है? What are the different topics that have been there, और उसके weightage कितना होता है? So largely, if we have to bifurcate, if we have to fragment these topics of the CSAT, so there are basically 3 portions which have been asked. First is maths, second is reasoning, and third is English comprehension. Complete syllabus of CSAT can be fragmented into these 3 different sections: maths, reasoning, and English comprehension. So maths में if you ask me, this is a very variable thing. कितने questions, how many questions of the different portions are being asked. But largely, if you want to say very clearly, I can say out of these 80 questions, total 80 questions are there. Out of these 80 questions, almost 25 to 28 questions, it is fixed if 26 to 25 to 28 questions are from English comprehension. Very easily, very comfortably, I can say in this last 5 years, the trend of last 5 years, 25 to 28 questions are being asked from this English comprehension. And reasoning, it's very variable. Number of questions that are being asked in reasoning is very variable. Earlier, what used to be there was 20 to 25 questions of reasoning. 20 to 25 questions of reasoning were there earlier, but now, recently what we have seen, only 5 questions or less than 5 questions were asked in 2022 and 2023. The portion of reasoning is very less than. बहुत कम questions आ रहे हैं reasoning से. But the questions of reasoning now are being getting converted into maths. मतलब reasoning की जगह more questions of maths are being asked now. 2022 में almost 25 तो इसके आ गए. So almost 55 to 57 questions of maths was asked. almost 55 to 57, and there was no question of this reasoning in 2023, right? So what I said, there are three different major portions of this CSAT question. First is maths. So maths mein, or earlier what used to be there, 40-45 questions of maths was there, but in 2023 more than 50 questions, even 52-55 questions of maths were there. Reasoning ke very comfortably we can say 10 to 15 questions or even 20 questions of reasoning were there, but now in 2023 there were no single question of reasoning. अगर किसी को if expand करके हमको बोलना है कि this is falling in this contour of reasoning, तो at most 5 questions are there that are from reasoning. And English comprehension के very regularly 25 to 28 questions will be there. So if one have to make a strategy, कि how to tackle this CSAT paper, see, be very clear, इसमें there is no point to you to aim this कि out of this 200 marks I have to get 150 plus. There is no point of that. One has to just clear this examination to write their means. This is this importance of this thing. You just have to clear this examination and make sure that this does not act as a hurdle. This does not act as a this thing stopping point for you to write your means examination. Nothing more than that. So this is not a strategy. What you should aim is at least am I getting 80 plus or not plus. You should be very clear that I should get 80 plus and more. That is more than enough. So getting more than 80 plus, getting more than 80 marks, what you should aim at, if one is not very good at maths, if one is good at maths, so you should focus on maths only. Focus on maths, get 80 plus in maths only, and then you are good to go. If one is not very good in maths, so what we can do is, in maths mein there are 50 questions. In the worst case scenario, let us imagine that there are no question that has been asked from the reasoning portion. All the questions are from math, 55 questions are from math, and 25 questions are from English comprehension. So in this worst case scenario, and this is true, now this is happening. In last, what we can say 1 or 2 years, this is happening. Reasoning say no questions are being asked, all the questions are being asked from the mathematics. So in this worst case scenario, what one can do is, one can in maths also, but 50 में से 20 questions are there that are very easy. बहुत basic से question होते हैं. So that 20 questions everyone should capitalize. Everyone. 50 में से 20 are very easy question that everyone should capitalize. And the second thing is कि जो next 10 questions that are also easy questions. कि if someone has gone through complete syllabus, someone has done this previous year question, someone had done practice and everything, so next 10 questions are also very doable in this exam situation. Is very doable. So out of this 50-55 question, 30 questions are very doable. Other than 30 questions, then one should have this practice, one should have background in mathematics, one should be good in mathematics, that I'll accept. So 30 questions out of 50 can be done. उसमें से other than 30, then you can aim in English comprehension में से. You just have to score 80 plus and more. So 30 questions, anyone, whether it is good in math, bad in maths, we'll discuss also how different questions are being asked or how to tackle these kind of questions. So if one is good in maths, not good in maths, anything is fine. 30 questions out of 50 is very doable for everyone, irrespective what's background of them people. How, मतलब ऐसा होता है ना कि some people are saying कि after 10th class they does not have any kind of connection with mathematics. After 10th class they don't have any practice in mathematics. Even for those people, 30 questions are good in mathematics. Anyone can do that thing. And उसके बाद focused on English. Just मतलब your aim should be कि you should be attempting 50 questions out of 100 questions. 50 questions you should attempt. 80 questions होते हैं total. तो out of 80 questions, 50-45 questions you should attempt, and very easily then you can score 80 plus and you are good to go, right? बस आपको यही focus करना है. तो I'll very strongly again reiterate, don't get panic from CSAT. Don't get panic if someone is saying the level of mathematics is very tough. Maths के question बहुत ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं. The questions of the mathematics, the level that they are asking of mathematics is very tough. People who does not have this mathematics background, people who does not have any practice of mathematics after 10th class, they does not have touched mathematics. So these kind of people, clearing CSAT is very tough for all that. It's just a myth. I'll repeat, this is all a myth. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मैंने अभी bifurcate आपको करके बता दिया. In worst case scenario, what can be there will be no question of reasoning. Math के ही सारे question पूछ लिए जाएंगे. And उसके अलावा English के the fixed questions are there. 25 to 28 questions of English are fixed. So if reasoning is there, then good to go. Reasoning is very simple. I'll discuss the questions of reasoning also. Reasoning is very simple. And in the worst case scenario, if reasoning के कोई question नहीं आ रहे, then also I'll very strongly again advocate this thing कि maths में से out of 50-55 questions, if someone has absolutely no background in mathematics, if someone is not comfortable in doing this very what we can say complicated calculations and everything, 30 questions out of 55 questions are doable in this examination scenario. and then इनमें से बस 35 करने हैं, and the trick over there is to understand this is the question that I have to do, this is the question that I can solve, and this is the question that I should not do, this is the question that I cannot solve. So select these 35-40 questions in mathematics, and from English, out of this 25 questions, select as many questions that you can, right? So very easily you will attempt 80 में से I am saying you can very easily attempt 40 questions, and then this 80 plus marks is possible, right? 40 questions आप attempt कर देंगे, each question is of this 2.5 marks. So you will be attempting almost 100 marks of question, and 100 marks is taking some questions will be error, calculation error, and this human error के वजह से some questions will be wrong. You will marking some answers wrong. So उस वजह से you will be scoring almost 80 के around, and this is very clear, very good. 66 you have to do for clearing this examination. You're scoring 80 and 80, more than 80, you're good to go. So this is how you should approach your CSAT paper, right? This is how the fragmentation is, and this is how you should prepare for the CSAT. You should know all the syllabus, cover complete syllabus horizontally, cover everything horizontally, do this question practice. See, the thing is you know this is the formula, you have to practice, this is the thing, this is you have to apply, this is यहाँ से ये करना है वो करना है, then you find the quadratic roots and everything. You are not practicing the thing, you will not get answers in this examination hall. As simple as that. You have to do practice. After the practice only you will be able to get the answers in the examination hall, right? So this will be the complete strategy for the CSAT. इसी तरह you have to attempt the CSAT papers. So let's start with the questions. We'll discuss we will discuss 100 questions. The session will be expanding in the next 5 days, 1 to 1.5 hours, at max 2 hours का session होगा. In these 100 questions, my attempt will be what is my principle, what is my objective, how we'll discuss the class, and how and what benefit will the students be getting from this class. My objective here is कि I'll discuss the most probable 100 question, the different kind of expenses, or the expense of the question that are being asked, the level of the question that can be asked, and the different topics जो cover होने चाहिए. I'll try to touch each and every topic, each and every aspect of the syllabus, and all the questions that we will be discussing in the class, whether these are previous year questions or they are very very probable questions that can be asked in the next year. So according to this thing, you can see what different kind of questions, what different kind of topics, and in what difficulty level the questions are being asked. First thing, and second thing, you can also gauge your preparation according to this thing. If this is the question being asked, इतना time frame में इसको करना होता है. I'll suggest कि you have to solve every question in 1.5 to 2 minutes. 2 minutes से ज़्यादा आपको नहीं लेना. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपने ईगो पे ले लिया कि ये question तो I'll be solving this question. Either he will leave or I will leave. तो आपने 10 मिनट लगा दिया उस question पे. That is not a practical thing to do in examination hall. So every question you should be solving in 1.5 to 2 minutes only, right? So let's start. So this is our first question. The question is saying, in a school, every student is assigned a unique identification number. A student is a football player if and only if the identification number is divisible by 4. Whereas the student is a cricketer if and only if the identification number is divisible by 6. If every number from 1 to 100 is assigned to student, then how many of them play cricket as well as football? This is the question that is been asked, right? तो कहना क्या चाह रहा है क्वेश्चन? Very simple language. देखिए क्वेश्चन कितना बड़ा है. The question is of 5 to 6 lines. अब इसको हम एक लाइन में we will summarize this question. This is so long, a paragraph type question is there, and only 2 to 3 facts that is been provided in the question, and only a very simple thing is asked. What is this thing? So factually, if we have to deconstruct, if we have to simplify this thing, पूछ क्या रहा है? He is saying a multiple of 4, if a number is multiple of 4 is provided to a student, then he plays क्या खेल रहा है? Football खेल रहा है. Then he plays football. And if a 6 multiple is provided to a student, then he is playing cricket. This has been asked, right? ये पूछा गया इसमें, ये इसने दे है the fact that has been provided. Second thing इसने बोला कि numbers 1 to 100 is being provided to students. Every student is being allotted a unique number, or 100 students को number 1 to 100 has been provided, and to find. Then what the question is asking to find us? To find how many students are there that can play both cricket and football. This is been asked. Bus. The question that was so large, the question that was like a paragraph, it has these three single statement facts, and this simple question has been asked. 1 से 100 students हैं, 100 students we have, and every student has been allotted a unique number, a unique natural number from 1 to 100. And second thing हमको बोला गया कि this if the number is multiple of 4, then the student is playing football. If the number is multiple of 6, then the student is playing cricket. So now we have to find how many students are there that can play both cricket and football. अब बहुत simply हम उसको बताना हो तो क्या बोलेंगे? Roll number of students that are playing football will be multiple of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, so on. And roll number of students that are playing cricket will be multiple of 6, that is 6, 12, 18, 24, so on. And we need to find those roll number that is common in both of them. It means we need to find those students who plays both football and cricket. तो रोल नंबर चाहिए दैट आर कॉमन इन बोथ, फुटबॉल वाले में भी एंड क्रिकेट वाले में. इट मीन्स वी नीड दोज नंबर्स हु आर बोथ मल्टीपल ऑफ 4 एंड मल्टीपल ऑफ 6. इस तरह के नंबर्स हमको चाहिए दैट आर कॉमन इन बोथ दीज लिस्ट. वी नीड द नंबर्स विच आर कॉमन, विच आर बोथ मल्टीपल ऑफ 4 ऑल्सो एंड मल्टीपल ऑफ 6 ऑल्सो. बस. सो इफ दिस बॉइल डाउन टू number of common multiples of 4 and 6. This is what we need to find. And इसके लिए what we will do, हमको चाहिए कि 4 और 6 का दोनों का common multiple हो. तो smallest common multiple of 4 and 6 will be LCM of 4 and 6. And LCM of 4 and 6 is 12. And उसके बाद obviously since this is the smallest number which is a common multiple of both 4 and 6, and we need to find all the multiples that are common in 4 and 6. So it means we need to find all the multiples of 12, since this is the common multiple of 4 and 6 and this is the smallest one. So if we take the multiple of 12, जो 12 के सारे multiple हैं, तो those will be the multiple of 4 and 6 also. And since this is the smallest multiple, 12 is the smallest common multiple of 4 and 6. So we very surely we can say कि there can be no number that will be left behind. So अब this boils down into we need to find multiples of 12. We need to find multiples of 12 up to 100. How many multiples of 12 are there up to 100? And जितने आएंगे those will be the roll number of students that will be playing both cricket as well as football. और वही हमसे पूछा गया था, 100 students are there, how many students will be there that will be playing both cricket and football. So very easily we can say बस अब इतना करना है हमको निकालना है 12 के टेबल में से what is the maximum number, what is the largest multiple smaller than 100. So 12 का टेबल when we do is 12 into 8 is 96. After this 96 we will have 102. Right? So it means this is the largest multiple 100 smaller than 100 of 12. 96 is the largest multiple of 12 smaller than 100. So it means there are 8 such numbers which are common multiple of 4 and 6. It means हमारे पास ऐसे 8 वो हैं 8 common multiples of 4 and 6 are there that are smaller than 100 and they are both multiple of 4 as well as multiple of 6. That means if these roll numbers have been allotted to students, those students will be playing both cricket as well as football because these numbers are multiple of both 4 as well as 6. So बस इसमें हमने वही किया. So this was a question based on number system. And second thing, this question requires this knowledge of LCM. बस number system का question था and this question requires this knowledge of LCM. सिंपल सा बात था, हमको पता था कि we have this multiple of 4, we have this multiple of 6, we need to find the common multiple of 4 and 6 from 1 to 100. This was a simple question. तो हमने डायरेक्टली वही किया, LCM लिया, LCM हमने देख लिया, LCM of 4 of 6 is 12 and then we have calculated how many multiples of 12 are there from 1 to 100. Less than 100, how many different multiples of 12 are there? So there will be 96 such multiples. Sorry, there will be 8 such multiples and 96 is the largest one. And I will very very strongly say, some people what will they say, they will write this what we can say, they will write the multiples of 4 up to 100, they will write manually the multiples of 6 up to 100 और फिर वो manually उनमें से गोला गोला बना के they will see how many repetitions are there. Like this is a repetition, this is a repetition. So manually they will observe कि how many different repetitions are there. Don't do this thing. Don't do this thing. So say first, the reason is you can there is a probability that you can miss some numbers. Very strong probability is there you can miss some specific number. And the second thing is this is very time consuming. इसमें बहुत टाइम लगेगा. If you manually write all these things, if you manually write all the multiples of 4 up to 100 and up to you write all the multiples of 6 up to 100, so it will take a lot of time. So don't do this thing. Don't do this thing manually. This is a very simple question based on LCM. आप direct LCM से कर लीजिए इसको. Right? This is the second question. This is an interesting question. So this question is asking, consider the following in respect of prime number P and a composite number C. एक prime number P है and a composite number C है. This has been given. 3 different possibilities are given and we need to find which of the above things are correct. तो इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस में बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट्स सेइंग कि हमारे पास जैसे एक प्राइम नंबर पी है एंड अ कंपोजिट नंबर सी है एंड दिस शुड बी करेक्ट एवरी टाइम. दिस शुड बी करेक्ट ऑलवेज. If we have a prime number p and we have a composite number c, so this statement should be universally correct, should be always correct, or this should be universal. It means what I want to suggest over here, never in these kind of questions take a random number. ऐसे नहीं कर सकते कि आप you take a prime number, हमने 17 एक prime number ले लिया, we want a composite number, we take 18 as a composite number and we put this thing over here, फिर हमने check कर लिया this is odd, this is odd, this is odd है कि even नहीं है, फिर उसे हमने right and wrong select कर लिया. Never do this kind of thing because this is a specific example. There can be a possibility that can satisfy this thing, but there can be some other example also that would not be satisfying this thing. बट आपने तो एक एग्जांपल लिया, एक एग्जांपल में दिस इज सेटिस्फाइंग स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1. जस्ट इमेजिन कि दिस एग्जांपल इज सेटिस्फाइंग स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1, बट इन एक्चुअलिटी देयर कैन बी अ स्पेसिफिक एग्जांपल दैट इज नॉट सेटिस्फाइंग दिस एग्जांपल नंबर 1. आप तो उसको टिक कराएंगे कि वी हैव टेकन अ स्पेसिफिक, हमने एक नंबर ले लिया एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस नंबर द स्टेटमेंट 1 वाज करेक्ट, सो वी हैव सेड कि स्टेटमेंट 1 इज करेक्ट, बट इन एक्चुअलिटी हो सकता है कि स्टेटमेंट 1 वुड नॉट बी करेक्ट. सो वी नीड टू फाइंड ऐसा कुछ तरीके से हमको इसको करना है कि इन दैट थिंग वी विल बी श्योर कि this statement is always correct for all prime numbers and for all composite number. ये statement should always be correct. So in these kind of thing, don't take any random example, any random number, or based on this random number you are solving this thing. This is a trap. इस वजह से फिर आपका जो है there is a possibility you will selecting wrong options or you will be getting negative marks instead of getting 2.5 marks. This is also a trap. इसमें कभी भी you don't take any kind of number और फिर उस हिसाब से आप करने लग जाइए. Don't do that thing. राइट अब इसमें करेंगे क्या? द क्वेश्चन इज सेइंग इवन एंड ऑड वाली चीजें हैं ये. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इसी थर्ड से स्टार्ट कर लेते हैं, कोई बात नहीं. द थर्ड इज सेइंग P इंटू सी कैन बी ऑड. P इंटू सी कैन बी ऑड. इट मीन्स हिंदी में इसको बोलते हैं P इंटू सी ऑड हो सकता है. राइट अब देखिए हमको पता है ऑड इंटू ऑड is odd into even is even, and even into even is also even. Right? This we know. So हम बोल सकते हैं कि P तो जो है P is a prime number, so obviously P is an odd. If the case be कि P अगर even होता तो P would have this thing a factor of 2, so P prime नहीं होता. Since P is prime, so P का कोई factor है ही नहीं. So P 2 is not a factor of P, so P is an odd number. And C is a composite number, so both it can be odd also and it can be even also. Odd भी हो सकता है, जैसे 9. 9 is a composite number, it has multiple 3, it has a factor 3, 3 इसका factor है, it is a composite number but it is a odd number. ये odd है, even तो है नहीं. And we can have 10. 10 is a composite number and it is a even number. The factors of 10 are 2 and 5. So composite number can be both, even भी हो सकते हैं, odd भी हो सकते हैं. So we are saying then P into C, हमने एक we have multiplied one prime number and one composite number. So whether it can be odd or cannot be odd. So P is permanently odd. So P is permanently odd and C can be both. Composite number can be both odd and even. And we know multiplication of odd and odd is giving us odd. So let us imagine the case where this composite number is odd. So their multiplication is also odd. So their multiplication would also be odd. So it means statement number 3 is correct. Right? There can be a possibility when their multiplication can be odd. Now second statement is saying 2p plus c, whether this 2p plus c is odd and even. So we know that p is an odd thing, and multiplying an odd and even thing is 2 is an even, and multiplying it with the odd thing, that will give us even. So 2 into p is an even number, that is for sure. And next thing we know, c can be both odd and c can be even also. अभी हमने discuss किया just. And plus minus में what happens? Odd plus even is odd. Odd plus odd is even. Even plus odd is odd. And odd plus even is also odd. These are the different possibilities, right? So we know कि 2 into p जो है it is even, and odd c can be even and odd both. So 2p plus c, 2p तो is even and c can be both even and odd. So it is asking whether 2p plus c, it is asking whether this 2p plus c can be odd. तो जो c है हमारा, c can be odd and even. तो अगर हमने imagine किया, let us imagine कि हमारा जो composite number है that is odd. So this even plus odd will give us an odd number. This even plus odd will give us an odd number. So there can be a possibility where this 2p plus c can be odd, right? अब क्या पूछ रहा है ये, p plus c upon p minus c, whether this can be even or not. Can there be some possibility when this can be even? तो इसका हम टेबल बना लेंगे. So this is a थोड़ा complicated, तो इसके लिए we will have a table. हमारा p, c, p plus c and p minus c. Right? These are the expression that is given to us. So we will make a table of उसका. So p is permanently odd. p तो odd है. There is no possibility जिसमें हम बोलें कि p will be even. p even हो ही नहीं सकता. And this composite number can be both. Composite number can be even and composite number can be odd. So when an odd and even number is added, the sum will always be odd. And when they will subtracted, the sum will always be odd. And when two odd numbers are added, the sum is always even. And when two odd numbers are subtracted, the sum is always even. This is all the possibilities when this is all the possibilities of p and c, and what will the value of p plus c and p minus c. So it means the two possibilities. इसका case 1 can be ये वाला, and this is case 2. In case 1 we can write p plus c and p minus c. It will be odd upon odd. And in case 2, the possibility will be even upon even, right? And it is asking whether this fraction, whether this division can give us an even number. So let us take even by even, like 10 upon SNE, 100 upon 10. 100 is an even number, 10 is an even number. So dividing 100 by 10 will give us 10, and 10 is also an even number. So clearly we can say, और उसको उल्टा भी हो सकता है. If we take 10 by 2, even by even, that can give us odd also, right? It means even by even number can give us both. ये even भी दे सकता है, odd भी दे सकता है. So this even by even number can give us even also and odd also. So it is asking, can there be a possibility for some prime number p and for some composite number c, this p plus c divided by p minus c, can this be even? The question is asking, can this be even? So we have this specific condition here in which this division is given as an even number. So right, this can be even. So answer इसका that will be D. All the three statements are possible over here. तीनों हो सकते हैं इसमें, right? So in these kind of questions, I'll say very frankly and very confidently I can say that this is not an easy question. ये थोड़ा सा, this is on a higher level. This is the first question that we discussed of the LCM, वो easy था. But this is not an easy question. This is a relatively tougher question. एंड सेकेंड थिंग कि मतलब यू हैव टू सॉल्व इन दिस वे, इस तरह आपको इसको सॉल्व करना होगा, राइट. So this is the next number, next question. So this question is saying कि let P be a 2-digit number and Q be a number consisting of same digits written in reverse order. If this multiplication of this number is this, then what is the difference between P and Q? It means ये बोल रहा है कि P is a number and Q उसका reverse है, in the sense कि अगर ये 23 है तो उसका reverse will be 32. Our 2-digit number is there and another number is formed by just reversing these digits. कि दूसरा नंबर हमने ये बना लिया, राइट. एंड उसके बाद उसने बोला द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ दीज नंबर्स इज सम नंबर एंड वी नीड टू फाइंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन P and Q. We need to find the difference between P and Q. So it's a question जिसमें you cannot have any kind of guesswork या फिर hit and trial. These kind of things cannot be there. You have to do this thing, मतलब you just have to completely solve this thing. You need to find what is the P, what is the Q. उसके बाद you have to मतलब get to the answer कि the difference between P and minus Q क्या होगा. इसमें कोई hit and trial नहीं हो सकता. And other thing कि whenever these kind of things been asked, कि digits of that numbers, we are playing with the digits of the number. कि we have reversing the digit, या digit का हमने multiplied by 2 कर दिया, या digits we have subtracted one by 1 unit both the digits, ऐसा कुछ कर दिया. So whenever the digits of the number are being played with, digits के साथ हमने कुछ किया, so always you have to expand the number in digits form in this way, 2 into 10 plus 3, right. This 2 and 3 are this is a 2-digit number with tens place as 2 and unit place as 3, so you can expand the number as this way. Agar you have a number as AB where A and B are the digits of the number, then you can write in expanded form the number as this thing. This is the expanded form of the number, right. So let us imagine कि हमारा 2-digit number is AB. The 2 digits of the number is A and B. And उसको हमने reverse order में कर लिया. So P हमारा AB है and in the reverse order the Q will be B and A, right. Then उसके बाद we can write कि when we have multiplied this thing, अच्छा there is another catch. चलो इसको ऐसे पूरा कर लेते हैं, then you will understand what is the catch over here. If we have write P as AB and we have write Q as BA, तो इसको अगर हमने मल्टीप्लाई किया इज एक्सपेंडेड फॉर्म 10A plus B multiplied by 10B plus A, यही दे रखा है हमको. द मल्टीप्लीकेशन ऑफ दीज नंबर विल गिव अस 42430. इफ वी मल्टीप्लाइड दीज टू नंबर्स वी विल गेट 2430. ये हमको दे रखा है उसने. So now we have one equation. This is the equation, a linear equation, and this equation involves 2 different variables. And we have बस एक यही single information has been given to us. इसके अलावा no other information has been provided to us. So using this equation now we have to solve for what will be the value of A and what will be the value of B. इसी से हमको A and B की वैल्यू निकालनी है. And it is very clear, इससे हम नहीं निकाल सकते. One equation is there, 2 variables are there, we cannot solve this thing. So इससे we will realize कि this is not the enough thing. We need to dwell in the question even more. This is not the thing. We have to dwell into the question into more, and we need to find some other important fact, some other important point over here. So other thing, अब हम इसमें क्या देखेंगे? हमको ये पता है P and Q is this thing, and the multiplication of P and Q is this thing. So in product what we will see, in the unit place there is a 0 over there. In the unit place there is a 0. It means हम इसको लिख सकते हैं 243 into 10. The product of P and Q is a multiple of 10. So it means कि जो P and Q होगा इधर या तो ऐसा हो जाए कि P and Q में से either of P and Q is multiple of 10. Either of P and Q is multiple of 10, or P and Q are multiple of either of the P and Q is multiple of 5. तभी पॉसिबिलिटी है, या तो उन दोनों में से किसी एक में 10 आ जाए. इन द सेंस 30 into 26 लिया, so that will give us 780. तो इसमें in this final place, in the unit place 0 is there because हमारा एक number था that is multiple of 10, but this is not possible over here. This is just not possible over here. ये possible नहीं है because we have this 2-digit number और उसका reverse भी है, and the reverse of this 2-digit number is also 2-digit number. होगा क्या कि let's imagine a b हमने तो 30 ले लिया, but the reverse of that will be 0 and 3, so that is not a 2-digit number, so that is a single-digit number. So both the digits should be non-zero. So if both the digits are non-zero, there is no probability, there is no way in which this p and q can be multiple of 10. वो तो हो ही नहीं सकता. So other thing is कि ये जो p and q है, that is a multiple of 5. That is possible. And we know whenever this multiple of 5 is there, so last position जो है उसकी a, b, c, d, if these are the digits of the number, जो last unit position है, either that will be 5 or either that will be 0. यही होता है. Divisibility rule of 5 says the number should be the unit place of the number should be either 5 or 0. That is the divisibility rule of 5. Since the number is multiple of 5, it means the number is divided by 5. So the unit place of the number should be either 0 or 5. So very cleverly we can say कि 0 is not possible. वही हमने बोला 2-digit number 0 cannot be there. one digit बन जाएगा. So we can say very easily कि number is of this form. Number is of this form and one of the digit of number is 5. For sure one of the digit of the number will be 5. थोड़ा सा कैच था इसमें, हल्का सा कैच था. दोबारा बोलता हूँ, पूरा दोबारा बोलता हूँ. मैंने बोला क्या कि we have a 2-digit number and this reverse of this 2-digit number, and when both the digits, the original number and the reverse number, that when these are multiplied we get the specific thing and we need to find the difference between p and q. हमने पहले वो इमेजिन कर लिया. Let us imagine the number p is ab, where a is the 10th place and b is that unit place, and when we reverse the position, ba will be the new number. ये हमारा number बन गया, and we multiplied when this ab and ba, the product is coming out to be 2430. This is what we know, right? उसके बाद हमको क्या पता चला कि if we expand this thing 10a plus b करके लिखा and q को हमने लिख दिया 10b plus a, and we know कि this is 2430. This is a single equation that we know, and this equation involves two variable. One equation, two variable. This cannot be solved very clearly. इसको हम solve नहीं कर सकते. So this is a dead end. After this thing, we cannot get to this next step, or we cannot find this value of AB and BA. So this is a dead end. ये एक dead end है. So इसके बाद what we do is we dwell more into the question and we observe this number. This is a very interesting number. इसमें क्या हुआ? The last place of this number is 0. The unit position of this number is having 0. It means the number is multiple of 10. So either of between this p and q, the two possibilities can be there. Either of the number p and q should be multiple of 10, and that we ruled out. वो नहीं हो सकता. If the number will be multiple of 10, so one of these एक 2-digit number है, so उसमें this in the unit place that will be 0. So in this उसका reverse order में the number will become a single digit number. So p and q cannot be multiple of 10. So second possibility was there कि p and q, either of this p and q should be multiple of 5. तभी वो लास्ट में 0 बन सकता है. तो हमने बोल दिया हाँ जी ये हो सकता है. The p and q can be multiple of 5. उसके बाद when we see this thing by multiplication, divisibility rule of 5 says कि the unit place of the number should be either 0 and 5. फिर हमने वापस वही चीज़ रूल आउट कर दी. 0 cannot be this at the unit place. वो हमने रूल आउट कर रखा है. So then we concluded कि since the product of two number 0 is coming at the unit place, so both the number, इसमें final conclusion करके हमने बोला one of these number should be multiple of 5 and unit place of that number should be 5. So ये this is a number, this is multiple of 5 and unit place of this number is 5. अब हमारे पास we have this thing, हमको एक पता है what is one digit, we just need to find other digit. 2-digit number है, one of these 2 digit we know, we just need to find the other digit. बस this is the question now, and we know the product is 2430. Now the question has simplified to this level. बस अब हमें ये solve करना है. So let us solve this thing. Right, p into q is 2430. p को we can write as 50 plus a and q को we can write as 10 into a plus 5, and that is 2430. Now this is an equation this equation involves one single variable a and we need to solve for this variable. This is solvable. अब ये solve हो सकता है. तो इसको हम लिख सकते हैं पूरा, इसको आप expand कीजिएगा, खोलेगा तो final equation that you will get is 10a square plus 505a minus 2180 is equal to 0. So solving, simplifying this thing, we will get this quadratic equation. ये quadratic equation हमको मिल गई. इसको हम further solve कर सकते हैं. इसको हम लिख सकते हैं 2a square plus 101a minus 436 is equal to 0. So this is the final quadratic equation that we are getting, and just we need to solve this quadratic equation and we get one single real natural value of a as 4. So a is coming out to be 4. Solving this thing, so it means P is 54 and Q is 45 and we need to find. अब इसमें बड़े ध्यान से आप देखिएगा पूछ क्या रहा है, क्योंकि 45 एक ऑप्शन भी 45 है. यू विल वेरी वेरी एंथुजियास्टिक एंड वेरी इंटरेस्टेड कि देखिए हमने पूरा क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर लिया एंड आउट ऑफ दिस आपका एक्साइटमेंट एंड एनीथिंग देयर इज पॉसिबिलिटी आप सीधा 45 टिक करके आगे चले जाओ. सी बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल इन दिस CSAT पेपर, हैव दिस टेम्परामेंट, हैव दिस एग्जाम टेम्परामेंट, वरना सॉल्विंग दिस थिंग एवरीथिंग करके भी आप गलत आंसर करके आ सकते हैं. तो इसके बाद हमने देखा कि द क्वेश्चन इज आस्किंग व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन P and Q. So difference between P and Q is 54 minus 45, that is 9. So difference of these two number is coming out to be 9. So answer here is option number D, 9. Right, I'll again say this is not an easy question. इसमें भी you cannot use guesswork या फिर hit and trial, any these kind of activity. I'll be discussing the hit and trial also, which are the question in which smart work can be done. ऐसा नहीं कि इतना बड़ा hard work and everything you need to do for all the questions. There are a very strong 60% of the questions in which the answers can be provided, a very serious and only possible answer, eliminating other 3 options. एक single option you can be, you can simplify the 4 options into one single option using elimination method also. In this session we will discuss those questions also, जिसमें you can use this elimination thing. But in this question no elimination is possible. इसमें you have to do this complete thing and hard work is have to be done over here. तो पूरा hard work करके आपको पता चलेगा कि एक तो हमको पूरा हार्डवर्क करके पता चला कि नंबर्स कैन बी रिटन इन दिस फॉर्म, कि नंबर्स आर दिस वन ऑफ दिस नंबर इज मल्टीपल ऑफ 5 एंड दिस कैन बी रिटन इन दिस फॉर्म. एंड उसके बाद हार्डवर्क करके हमको पता चला द अदर वैल्यू, द वैल्यू ऑफ ए इज 5 एंड देन वी नीड दीज आर द नंबर्स एंड देन उसका जो डिवीजन डिफरेंस था, द डिफरेंस ऑफ द नंबर वाज कमिंग आउट टू बी 9. So this is the next question. This is also a question of number system. And this is the what very comfortably we can say this is the highest level of difficulty you can expect in the paper. The questions are very difficult. इससे difficult papers नहीं आएंगे. If you can solve these kind of questions, that you are good to go. Then you are very good to go. तो इसमें बोला गया है if R and S are different integers, both divisible by 5, then which of the following is not necessarily true? Be very careful in these kind of thing. Not पूछा गया इसमें. Not necessarily true मतलब जरूरी नहीं कि वो सच हो. Be very careful, इसमें not has been asked, right? तो हमको बोला कि R and S are different integers and both are multiple of 5. 2 multiple of 5s have been given और ये different expressions are given to us. We need to find कि divisibility rule में by which number these are divided by. Simply we can write, since R is multiple of 5, so R को we can write as 5A and S को we can write as 5B. Any number that is multiple of 5 or any number that is divisible by 5, एक ही चीज होती है. Any number that is multiple of 5 that can be written in this form. So these two numbers are being provided to us and both are this multiple of 5. So now we have to check this thing. पहला हमसे बोला गया R minus S. This is the first thing that is been asked to us. R minus S. Is this divisible by 5? तो हम लिख लेंगे जी 5S minus 5A minus 5B, taking 5 common, A minus B. R minus S can be written in this form, 5 into A minus B. And obviously, very obviously, this is divisible by 5 because इसी वैसे हो गया 5 into C, where C is A minus B. 5 into A minus B is also divisible by 5. So option A is correct. ये तो सही statement है. But question is asking which is not necessarily true. तो इसको हम हटा देंगे. Question ने पूछ ही रहा है इनमें से कौन सा जो है सच नहीं होगा, हमेशा सच नहीं होगा. The question is asking which one of the following will not necessarily be true, will not be true in all the possible cases. तो इसमें से ऑप्शन A will be true universally for any value of A and B, for any value of R and S. This this thing 5 into a minus b r minus s will always be divisible by 5. तो इसको हमने हटा दिया. Then option C is saying, option B देख लेते हैं. Option B is saying r plus s should be divisible by 10. देख लेते हैं जी. 5a plus 5b taking 5 as common, a plus b, this should be divisible by 10. एंड ऐसा तो कोई कंडीशन है नहीं कि 5 इंटू ए प्लस बी ये जो है शुड बी ऑलवेज बी डिविजिबल बाय 10. जस्ट इमेजिन हमने ले लिया 5 इंटू ए प्लस बी की वैल्यू 3 ले ली, a as 2 b as 1, so a plus b will be 3, so this will become 5 into 3 and this is 15 and this is not divisible by 10. So this is not always true कि a when this r and s are this multiple of 5, so some of these number will be divisible by 10. ये तो हमेशा सच नहीं है. यही क्वेश्चन में पूछा गया था. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट नेसेसरीली ऑलवेज ट्रू. तो ऑप्शन नंबर बी इज नॉट नेसेसरीली ऑलवेज ट्रू. ऑप्शन सी देख लेते हैं, सारे देख लेंगे हम, कोई इशू नहीं है. विल डिस्कस ऑल द डिफरेंट ऑप्शंस आल्सो. इसमें बोल रहा है आर इंटू एस, दिस इज डिविजिबल बाय 25. आर इज रिटन एज 5a एंड एस इज रिटन एज 5b, so it is 25 into ab, right? And this 25 into ab में हमको पता चल गया ab को we can write as c, so it can be written as 25 into c, where c is a into b. So here also very clearly we can say कि r into s is always and always multiple of 25 or r into s is always divisible by 25. So this statement is also true and question is asking which of the following is not true. And r square plus s square. So this is 25a square plus 25b square. Taking 25 common, it is a square plus b square. And let us imagine a square plus b square is c. C is a square plus b square. So here also we can say r square plus s square is written as 25 into c. So it means r square plus s square is also multiple of 25 or this is divisible by 25. So this is also universally true. ये भी हमेशा true होगा. अच्छा 25 ने 5 बोला गया है, so obviously अगर 25 से हो रहा है 25c where c is a plus b, a square plus b square, तो इसको लिख सकते हैं 5 into 5c, 5d and d is 5a square plus b square. So r square plus s square can be written as 5 into d. So always this is, so obviously this is also and always true. So here option number B, this is the option जिसमें हम बोल सकते हैं कि this is not universally true. ये नहीं होगा कि ये हमेशा सच होगा, right? So इसमें आंसर is option number B. So this is the next question. This is also a difficult question. This is a number system का question है. This is a difficult question. इसमें पूछा गया है for any choice of value of xyz, the 6-digit number xyz is divisible by. For any choice of values of xyz, this which one of the following is divisible by? So इसमें also I'll reiterate the same thing. दोबारा उसी चीज को मैं बोलूँगा. In these kind of questions, हिंदी में अगर इसको बोलें, हिंदी में ये बोल रहा है कि हर वैल्यू xyz के लिए, for each and every value of xyz, this 6-digit number xyz should be divisible by. मतलब हर एक पॉसिबल के लिए यूनिवर्सली दिस शुड बी डिवाइडेड बाय. हर एक पॉसिबल एक्स वाई जेड के लिए जो भी ये 6 डिजिट नंबर मिलेगा, इनमें से कौन से वो नंबर्स हैं जो उस नंबर को हमेशा डिवाइड करेंगे. दिस स्पेसिफिक फैक्टर इज ऑलवेज डिवाइडिंग दिस नंबर, ऑलवेज. तो इन दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन वेयर ऑलवेज इज आस्क्ड, हमेशा डिवाइड करने चाहिए, यूनिवर्सल, irrespective of what the value of xyz is, for all such xyz. So in these kind of questions be very careful. You cannot randomly put this value of xyz. आपने वैल्यू डाल दी 100, आपने ऐसे रैंडम कोई वैल्यू डाल दी कि लेट वैल्यू ऑफ x is 1, y is 0 and z is 0. So that will be the xyz. ऐसा बन गया ना. तो यूजिंग दिस थिंग तब आप नहीं कर सकते कि अच्छा हमने 100 ले लिया, दिस इज द नंबर, फिर हम डिविजिबिलिटी रूल से विल चेक वेदर दिस नंबर इज डिविजिबल बाय 7, 11 एंड 13 और देख लेंगे वेदर दिस इज डिविजिबल बाय है कि नहीं. उस हिसाब से यू विल फिगर आउट द आंसर और उस हिसाब से यू विल फिगर आउट द फाइनल आंसर. दिस कैन नॉट बी डन एंड दिस शुड नॉट बी डन बिकॉज ये तो एक स्पेसिफिक हो गया ना. दिस विल बी अ स्पेसिफिक एग्जाम्पल for this specific value of xyz whether this number is divisible by this thing or not. There can be a case for this specific thing this number is divisible by 13, but there can be some other value of xyz, just 1 2 3. This value of xyz can be there for this thing. 13 cannot be a, I'm just saying ऐसा हो सकता है कि for some other value of xyz there can be a possibility कि this then the number xyz will not be a factor of 13. तब तो गलत होगा 13. लेकिन आपने एक सिंगल केस वैल्यू लिया, यू आर टेकिंग वन सिंगल केस वैल्यू एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस केस वैल्यू इफ यू आर क्लेमिंग कि एक सिंगल केस वैल्यू से मैंने क्लेम कर दिया कि दिस thing is possible for one single case value for one specific value of xyz, so this will be possible for all the values of xyz, universally for everything this will be possible. This you cannot say, ये आप claim नहीं कर सकते हैं, right? So be very careful. तो इसको कैसे करना है, वही same thing. Whenever any kind of play is there with respect to digits of a number, digits in the sense अगर confuse हो रहे हो जैसे 3 to 1 है तो there are 3 digits of the number. 1 is a digit that is present in the unit place, 2 is a digit that is present in the 10th place, and 3 is a digit that is present in the 100th place. So this is a 3 digit number and 3 different मतलब 3 is a digit number और 3 different digits हैं इसमें. So if any play is done with this digits of the number, digits के साथ कोई भी खेल हो रहा है, so you just have to expand this thing. This is a universal thing. जब भी digits के साथ anything is happening, you just have to expand this thing. जैसे x y z को if we expand, we can write it as 100 into x plus 10 into y plus z. We can expand x y z in this form. Similarly हमको दे रखा है x y z. अब very cleverly we will not be expanding it into form of कितना हो गया 1 2 3 4 5 x plus something y right. This will be the actual expansion if we expand every digit of this number, but we will not do this thing. This will be a very मतलब waste of energy, waste of time, and we won't be getting anything from this. ये आ गया. अब इससे क्या कर सकते हैं? Is there anything possible? अब इससे this is the expanded form of this thing, 6 digit का. अब इससे there is no way कि we can judge whether this is a divisible by 11, whether this is divisible by 13, whether this is not divisible by 13. कुछ नहीं कर सकते इसमें. So here what we will do is very cleverly we will say कि there is a symmetry over there. ये नहीं करेंगे. This is not to be done. We will say xyz is there. So there is a symmetry over there. This xyz expression is being repeated twice. This has been repeated twice. So let us say ऐसे ही देखते हैं. If we bifurcate this number from in this between, तो कुछ हो सकता है क्या? So we can write xyz into 1000 plus xyz. Confuse मत होना इस तरह 1 2 3 1 2 3. Let's imagine this is a 6 digit number and these are the different 6 digits, or this expression 1 2 3 is repeated twice. So I am saying we can write this thing into 1000 plus 1 2 3. This will become 1 2 3 3000 plus 1 2 3. Clear है? So in this way this is also a 6 digit number और इसमें this expression has been repeated twice. So हमने कहा कि let us से इसको 20 से fragment करके देख लेते हैं. Let us fragment ये bifurcate this thing from middle and see what will happen. So this is the expanded form and taking xyz common. Now this is multiplication. So taking xyz common, that will become 1000 plus 1. It is xyz into 1001. Into confuse मत होना. Clearly लिख लेता हूँ. There can be confusion. xyz into 1001. So this 6-digit number can be written in this form. 10 xyz into 1001. 1001. This 6-digit number can be written in this form. Now we can say that this 6-digit number xyz is a product of 1001 and a random 3-digit number, any random 3-digit number, product with 1001, or 1001 will always be a multiple of a factor of this 6-digit number. This 6-digit number will always be a multiple of this thing, or 1001 will always be a factor of this xyz. हमेशा होगा, right? ये हम यहाँ से conclude कर लिया. Another thing is कि 1001 के जो factors हैं 7, 11 and 13, all of these three are this factor of 1001. तीनों ही होते हैं, right? 7, 11, 13, all these three are factor of 1001. So it means हमको यही पूछा गया था कि x y z is divisible by, since factor हैं तो this will be divided by all 7, 11 and 13 तीनों से this x y z will be divided. So this is also a little bit of trick question. इसमें वही same चीज हुई कि we have this 6 digit number, फिर when we have to bifurcate this thing हमने उसको बीच से किया, bifurcate between, and we get कि this 6 digit number will always have a factor of 1001, and this 1001 is a multiple of 7, 11 and 13, all of these three things. इसको आप करके देख लीजिए, आपको पता चलेगा. This will be a multiple of all the three things, and so we can say कि this 6 digit number will have a factor of all these three, always have a factor of all these three things. This is the next question, and it is saying a hemisphere and a cone have equal bases, their heights are also equal, then the ratio of their curved surface area will be. Then the ratio of their curved surface area will be. Very simple question, a direct question. इससे simple question तो क्या ही पूछेंगे. This is a direct question that is been asked based on this area and symmetry वाले पे. So it is saying ऐसे एक hemisphere है हमारे पास, एक ये hemisphere है, and इसका radius is r. Radius of this hemisphere is r, and we have a cone, and it has equal base, and the height of cone and radius, cone and this hemisphere is also same. This is the thing. इसका जो radius है cone का, this is also r, since it is been provided कि equal base है. So base of this thing hemisphere is a circle, and base of this cone is also a circle, and both of these circles are equal. Circles की the area of this circle is equal. It means the radius of both of these things is r, and the height of hemisphere is obviously this is r. This is also r, and this height h. This height is also r. This is been provided to us. ये हमको दे रखा है. Now we need to find the ratio of curved surface area. Just formula पता होना चाहिए, ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. Curved surface area of hemisphere. That will be 2 by 3 sorry 2 pi r square, curved surface area of hemisphere, and curved surface area of cone, that will be pi r l, where l is the slant height, and since यहाँ पे slant height is this one, ये वाला. This height is equal to r square, radius का square plus height का square. So here the slant height is root 2 into r l. This slant height is this thing. So ratio of curved surface area this will be ratio of this hemisphere pi r square upon pi r l. This is 2 pi r square into pi r, and slant height is root 2 r. So it means 2 pi r square upon root 2 pi r square, that is root 2 is to 1. So when this kind of thing is given, ki radius is same and his height is same, and the slant height of will be root 2 into r. So the ratio of the curved surface area, of this hemisphere and the cone, that will be root 2 is to 1. So here the answer, जैसे उसमें निकाल दिया हमने root 2 is to 1. So here the answer will be root 2 is to 1. And this is a relatively simple question, right? So this is how we have to solve this thing. आज तो we have basically discussed कि how to approach this prelims, और फिर different questions आ दिए तो how उसमें we can do this different thing. In the next question, in the next sessions from tomorrow onwards, we will solve a lot of questions. इसमें तो हमने we have solved 8 to 10 questions. In the next session we will solve 25 to 25 questions. तो उस हिसाब से we will cover almost 100 questions in next 4 session. जिसमें a complete coverage of this all the syllabus, all the possible questions will be there, and you will have a basic knack, a basic idea what is the level of the questions and how to solve the question in this examination hall. This is the way you have to solve the question in examination hall. If there is some trick, या फिर if there is some hit and trial, or फिर some logical reasoning by which you can eliminate some options, और फिर आप answers पे आ जाएं, तो we will discuss that also. So this is the way you have to solve the questions, right? Thank you.